I'm Mandy, and today we are going to make a Halloween candy surprise cake. I'm so excited. I haven't live streamed in like 4 years since my epic Star Wars cake. So you know what? It's 2020. We're just closing our eyes and diving in the deep end, and we're gonna do it again. So this time it's gonna be a little bit more simple in 20 minutes as opposed to 5 days. So let's get started. Okay, so my lovely husband Matt is gonna be my assistant today. If you could switch to the hand cams so you can see what we're working with. Okay, so instead of baking my cakes in cake rounds, I like to do it in a sheet tray so it's nice and flat, and then when it comes out you can roll it really quickly. It's super flat, super professional looking, and then you pull it out just like this, flip it over, comes right off. Look at that. So our cake is going to be 6 layers, and it's going to have 4 different colors. We're going to have black, orange, green, purple. It's gonna be super Halloween-y. Okay, so I'm just pulling off my parchment. And the benefit of this is it takes way less time to cook because it's just 1 layer. And also, you can then cut it out. It's a perfect circle. I think it kind of hurts my hands to push down on the ring cutter. So I use another sheet tray and just push down. There we go. And then all your cake layers will be the same size. They'll look super professional. Okay. Push down again. Great. Perfect. So, instead of having to cut around the part that gets darker because it's touching the outside, or having to try to cut a perfect straight layer, we just have a perfect straight layer right here. Easy peasy. When you have to fuss with something a lot, that's when it starts to not look very good. Just do quick, simple things. Okay. I just need to wipe my hands because there's so much cake on them. And being a mom, I have baby wipes everywhere, so perfect. Okay, so you can see now, here is a downfall, some might say, is that because there's all this extra cake, well, what do you do with it? It seems like a waste. But never. We do not waste cake. It's very important. I'm going to show you a couple of tricks that we can use with the leftover cake. I'm going to cut some smaller cake rounds because we're going to make some cool cake jars that are very Halloween-y, and the perfect way, to eat the cake without having to cut it. So if you're like me, you always want to know, like, does it taste good? I want to taste it before somebody else tries it. And that's one of the things that I hate about cake, is that you have to wait till the moment when everyone's around and you're cutting the cake to try it, but like, don't you want to try it before other people do? I mean, I know it's gonna be good, but, so anyways, this is the perfect way to make pretty much the same cake, just in a jar. Plus, you can also make really fun festive cake pops, which I'll also show you how to do with all this other leftover cake crumb. Okay. Matt, can I hand you something over here?
Absolutely.
Perfect. I'm just going to hand you this. Thank you so much. Okay, so now that we've cut out those layers, we have a bunch of others. I didn't think we needed to watch all of it. So I then cut out these. These are our other lovely cake layers in all our different colors. So whenever I do anything that's labor intensive, I really break it down. Like, don't look at this as a ginormous mountain you have to climb all at once. Like, you don't have to do this all in one day, and I would really tell you, definitely don't do it. You'll get so discouraged. I made these cakes like a week ago, and then I put them in the freezer, and then I pulled them out and did it, so that's out of my hair. And then when it comes to building, all I have to do is build. So the one thing we do need to do is make our cavities. So our first 2 layers are going to be our black and our orange, and then the center is going to be our neon green and our neon purple. Perfect. Okay, so now that we have all our cake layers ready to go, we're gonna start building this cake. Okay, so if we could switch to the cake cam, that way we can see it being built. And here's some of my cake pops we'll show how to make a little bit later. Okay, gonna pull over my handy dandy frosting. So I'm gonna wear gloves. It's not sexy, but let's get real. When you start working with food coloring, it gets everywhere, like everywhere. And especially black, it's just, whew, it's a lot. So just for the first initial coating, I'm gonna put on gloves because it's way better than having stained hands. Though I do match my 2-year-old with his stained watercolor hands. So I guess that could be one thing. All right, so a couple of things I like to do. First, I'm just gonna put a little bit of frosting right on the bottom so that my cake holds. And then I'm gonna put down my first layer. So for easier transportation, I just continue to keep the parchment on the cake round until it's actually being built. Okay, now, super cool trick that I use is this lovely ice cream scoop, which gets used for a lot of things in my house besides ice cream. More on that in a second. I'm going to put 2 scoops of frosting right on top of my cake. So I'm gonna do that for every layer. So I know they're gonna be roughly the same height level when I'm done, and it just makes it easier for dishing. I'm not like with a spatula, especially as I said, I mean, this food coloring is super black, and my whole entire kitchen, thank God my countertops are black, because I would be nervous to see what they would look like if they were white. Okay, so now I'm gonna put down my second layer. Super easy. Here we go. So I was saying that I use ice cream scoops for so many other things besides ice cream. I don't think I even use this for ice cream. However, I do use them for like making meatballs, arguably the smaller ones. I have like 10 different sizes. That would be a massive meatball. But I do meatballs, I dish out things all the time with them. They're so nice. Also, you can scoop out your butternut squash seeds. They're definitely a multifunctional tool. It's not just something a pastry chef wants in their house. Or I guess people that like circular scoops. Okay, so now this one is the start of our cavity. Okay, so I obviously can't just scoop frosting in there because then it would defeat the purpose of the cavity. So I'm gonna switch to my much smaller mini offset, and also an amazing tool I love that I could talk at lengths about. But for the moment, we're gonna focus and we're gonna just put frosting all around the cavity. And so what this is gonna do, it's gonna allow our sprinkles and our candy to kind of stick to it. And it will make it so that when we cut into it, it'll actually give the cavity a little bit more volume. It'll look like there's more volume because like the sprinkles will stick to it as if it all just falling out. Okay, now, so also the offset's just an amazing tool. I have gotten my mother-in-law into it and bring them over all the time. They're perfect for obviously frosting a cake, but I mean, let's get real. How much are people frosting cakes right now? This is definitely my first decorating a cake of 2020 because, I mean, there have been no parties. So, and not a lot of people to share it with. Speaking of, there is so much Halloween candy in my house right now, and it's so unfair. Like, Halloween is canceled this year. Trick-or-treating is not allowed where I live. And it's like I have more Halloween candy than I've ever had in my life. So I just added the second layer, and I'm gonna do of the cavity part. And I'm gonna do the exact same thing. I'm just going to fill the frosting all the way around. And then once that part is done, I get to do the filling of the actual candy. Okay, cool. So gloves off. All right, so the candy component, you can really do what you want, but what works the best is lots of like little sprinkles and things that are very festive because they give a lot of like volume and, well, happiness and joy to what you're making. So I'm just sprinkling in on the top so that it kind of sticks to the sides before I start fully putting in all the candy. So I have some purple circle. Oh, I guess that camera wasn't in view. Is it possible to get the here, why don't I move this? And if we do the hand cam, okay, now you can see what's going on in the cavity. You can also see my slippers. Life in 2020. It's gonna be like historians will be like, well, and then it was the era of slippers and leggings. Okay, so now I have a nice little layer of sprinkles. And, oh, I forgot about my, okay, so to be honest, every time I went to Safeway, there was another really fun sprinkle I just like had to have. And then, you know, I moved recently and I rediscovered all these things that were in my storage because, you know, once something goes to storage, you kind of forget it even exists. Now I'm going for the ghoul mix of M&ms. And, hello, peanut M&ms. Those are also really important. So needless to say, I have a lot of sprinkles and a lot of different fun festive things I found both in my basement and at my local Safeway. And I couldn't stop myself. I think I have a little bit of a problem. How do you know when it's too much? I don't know. Okay, I want to add a couple more eyes because I think it's cute. And some chocolate jimmies just at the end. Okie dokie. Okay, so now I'm gonna put my gloves back on because it's black frosting time again. So this is also the year when everyone has gloves. Like it used to be abnormal to have gloves at home, though I've always had them. I love them for like raw meat and things like this. Okay, so I'm gonna double scoop it. Double scoop. Double scoop. Okay. So this is a little tricky. You just want to start on the cake portion, not directly in the center with the sprinkles because things get a little dicey over there. So you just kind of want to start in one spot and then work your way over. What are you talking about? We didn't put anything in those layers of cake. It's just a normal cake. You know, I guess there's no trick-or-treating this year, but there is a trick-or-treat cake. Is it trick or is it treat? Or is it both? I think it's both. I think it classifies as both. Okay, should we go back to the side view? It's more exciting. Whoa, look at all those layers. So, TBH, I haven't really fully decided how I'm gonna decorate the outside of it. I've just played around with a lot of different ideas in my head. So we'll see what happens. But my real thought here is that it's a trick-or-treat cake, right? It's supposed to be unassuming. So all the fun is on the inside. So if I do the black on the outside and maybe more of a muted decoration, not anything flashy or bright, then it kind of sticks with that theme of like trick-or-treat. And then when you cut it open, as we've discovered now, it is both trick and treat. So I think that's where I'm gonna lean into it. I think it seems right. Cool. So, as I finish this, I just want to let you guys know I'm so excited to be back and live streaming. I find it so much fun. And I'm really trying to kind of diversify my YouTube channel because, I mean, I don't really know what I'm doing in the sense of like, you know, should I live stream? Should I do recipe videos? I don't know. I'm just kind of figuring it out. And I would love to know from you guys what you like to see, what you want to see more of, all that jazz. So please, please, please just let me know. Say it in the comments. You know, drop me a DM. I'm like all over social media. I even have TikTok. So hit me up and let me know because honestly, like, what else are we doing right now? And it's so fun to play with food and make content. Usually I'm doing this for clients and people that say, oh, I want to do this or I want to do that. But like, it's so cool because now I'm the client. I get to be like, what do I want to do? And then you're like, oh, what do I want to do? Like, it was so much easier when the client just gave me things I was going to do. So yeah. So anyways, the moral of that story is please let me know what you like and what you don't like. So now I am just putting a crumb coat layer on this. So I'm not being super fussy. I'm just trying to get frosting all around the cake. And then I'll go and make it smooth and all that jazz. I switched to a smaller offset because I just feel more comfortable with it. And at the end of the day, when you're cooking, there can be a tool that somebody says is like better or worse or whatever, but what's important is that you feel comfortable with it and it fits in your hand and you like it. So I love my baby offset, as already discussed. So I will continue to use him and to fit. It's now a him, apparently. I don't know. I guess I shouldn't really assign it a gender. Okay, anyways, now I'm gonna make it smooth. I'm just gonna spin around. I didn't put enough museum wax down on my different cake forms, so that's happening. It's moving a little. So don't do that. Whenever you're doing it at home, I'm sure you're not also trying to make your set look all nice and cute. But, you know, I like making my set look nice and cute because, like, that's just who I am. I like really cutesy things. I can't help it. Okay, so I'm just gonna clean it up, and I'm gonna be real honest with you. I have another one of these in the freezer because, talking and building is like so hard, and I'm a perfectionist, so I knew whatever I did right now would not hold up to what I would do if I was intensely looking at it going, yes, third, yes, okay. So I have one in the freezer, and it's really important to put this in the freezer anyways because you want to do that crumb coat so that then when you go back and do your decorative coat, there's definitely no crumbs on it. Okay, I'm gonna have my lovely husband/assistant take this away. Put it in the freezer, sir. Okay, so while that hangs out in the freezer, I am going to show you how to make some really tasty cake balls, but they're not really balls. I mean, you can make them into balls, but I'm gonna show you how to make. My cameraman is also my assistant, so we'll switch cameras in 1 second. But, so I'm gonna make ones that are shaped like bats because A, it's a little easier, and B, bats are cuter than balls. So, I mean, that's just a fact. So, let me just, will you switch, please, to the hand cam? Great. Well, I was hoping a little bit more time so I could wave, but okay, we're good. So here's what's up. We're gonna make our leftover cake trim that was from our sheet tray that we didn't use. And we're gonna mix them with some of our frosting, put them into these molds, and then freeze them and pop them out. It's so easy and they're so cute. I did do some of them with candy melts. This is them dipped in it. Honestly, I find this really fussy. And that's a phrase that I feel like as a recipe developer, you never want to hear like, oh, that sounds a little too fussy. That means people won't do it. So when I felt that way, someone who does fussy cooking all the time, I decided this was the way to go. Don't dip it. So pretty much what I do is I'm just gonna take a little bit of the cake, and I should have worn gloves for this. That's what I should have done. But you know, what can you do? My fingers and my nails will be black now, so that is the life of a pastry chef. I feel like no matter what, I always have different colors on my hands. Which is funny because now that I have a 2-year-old who likes to play in all these fun things, you know, he'll go over to his grandma's house and his grandma's like, I'm so sorry, he's got, you know, whatever color all over him. And I'm like, me too, same. So what can you do? Okay, so I'm gonna mix this with my frosting. The ratio, really, I mean, I'm sure there's a recipe you can find online for the ratio, but like, let's get real, guys. It's the leftover frosting that I didn't use for my cake with the leftover cake crumb. So the ratio is however much I have left plus will it stick together. So, and the test is now. Yes, it does stick together. Okay, so I'm just gonna take my mold and I am going to shove, what a nice word, shove the cake crumb right inside. And you want to make sure to press really hard because of all the design is on the back. So if you don't put enough pressure, you'll just never get it. You'll get the shape, but you won't get the cute little eyes or anything. Okay. Cool. So you just do that. And then you stick this in the freezer, which conveniently, I don't know if you know this, but I'm a food stylist and culinary producer, so I already have one in the freezer. Matt, can you please put this in the freezer and then give me the Matt bat mold that is frozen? And while he does that, we'll use this time to wipe my hands. Oh, yes, the true story of pastry hands. Okay, great. Thank you so much. So now, hey, if you just saw that, that was him taking his, I don't know, what do we call that? Your salary is in. Okay, so what I do, I did it and I didn't tell you what I was doing. So that wasn't great. I took it, take this mold, and what you want to do is you want to pull back the silicone mold, and this will start to pop out, and you just pull it. And then you're good. You have your perfectly cute little bats, and the end of the story. You can also, I also did some, since I had all these different flavors, or not flavors, they're all the same flavor, but they're all different colors. I also did some pumpkins, which are super cute, and you can find any of these molds really on Amazon. All you need is silicone molds, and then you push it inside of it, you stick it in your freezer, and you push it back out, and it's perfect. So that's how you can easily make super cute decorative cake bombs. Okay, so next up is gonna be one other way. Oh, will you also please switch to my cake cam? I'm gonna make jarred cake. It's perfect. Also, BTW, this is what every single bakery, if you've bought a cake in and then seen their pastry case, that's because bakeries do exactly what I just did to make the cake. They bake them on sheet trays, they cut them out, and they take the trim, and this is what they do. So, you do it too, is what I say. I cut out some cake when we had our big circle being cut out. And so what's nice about these cake jars is that you can really customize them. I mean, for the Halloween one, really, it's all about the theme and not necessarily about the flavor profile. Halloween is just sweet and candy and colorful, and that's what's important. But with these, you can easily add store-bought hot fudge. You could add store-bought caramel. You could add peanuts. You could all of a sudden make this into a Snickers jar cake, and it could be a totally different flavor profile than what you had in your normal cake, or not normal cake, but your actual like 8-inch cake. And so you could have like a dessert bar with different things, yet all from the same batch, which is great. So what I'm doing is I'm just layering it with frosting and cake. It's literally that simple. It's super cute. And again, this means that you get to try the cake before anybody else does, which I think is super important. Like, what if it's not as good as you thought? I mean, what are you gonna do, not serve the cake? You would still definitely serve the cake. I guess you'd add some ice cream. That's a good idea. That's a good idea for YouTube. What do you do when, and then try to figure out how to spruce it up? Ooh, I like that idea. Okay. See, you guys aren't here. You're already helping me. Okay. And then I'm going to add the top. And you know what I'm going to do as a fun little garnish? I'm going to add, oh, did I give them away? Oh, no, I gave them away. Wait, hold on. Got him back. I'm going to put the little bats. Aww, how cute is that? It's so cute. Oh, I think I need some sprinkles. Maybe just chocolate sprinkles? Because, you know, yeah, aw, that's cute. Can you see them? So cute. So cute. Love it. Okay, cool. So now that we know how to make cake pops and jarred cake out of our trim, did you turn on the water? Oh, good. Now we can finish our big cake. Okay, so 2 jars of cake, and my lovely husband is going to bring over the big cake. I am also trick of the trade, museum wax. Ever wonder how people get things? Wait, don't put it down just yet. Let me put down my museum wax. Okay. This is what happens when you're a food stylist, / also you don't have like a crew. Hello, 2020. Okay, so this is the cake I did in my freezer. Just gonna grab really quickly the tops to everything. Okay, so what I'm gonna do here is I'm just gonna do another quick little layer of my frosting, smooth it out nicely. I'm gonna pipe some pretty rosettes on top and yeah, then it'll be time to cut the cake. So exciting. Okay. Woo. Sometimes it's harder to do the top layer because it's so cold. It's so frozen. I'm so proud of my little freezer. It's like instantly making it. Well, so here's the thing. It's really best when you cut this cake for it to be really cold and set and frozen, because you want the layers to show and you want everything to fall out. If it's like too soft, I'm gonna be real with you. I'm just gonna skip the side. I don't think it really needs it. There's plenty of frosting on the cake. We're just gonna even out the top and call it a day, a Halloween day. And do our florets on top. Okay, great. So, I think what we're gonna do is switch to the hand cam. I'm gonna do this. Perfect. Okay, so, as discussed previously, we're just gonna wing it here. I'm gonna go rosettes on the side. I always squeeze out of my piping bag first before going full throttle. There's nothing wrong with just the classic rosette. It's pretty. I would definitely suggest, if you want to do any of this at home, to go to Amazon and purchase large pastry bags, because the ones you buy in store are utter crap and they just do not hold up. Just buy the disposable. Okay, super cute. Okay, so I love this thing that's called luster dust. But it's also like pastry glitter. It is edible glitter. So, oh, where did my little offset go? Okay. Here we go. Okay, so what you do is you just pick up a little on your offset, or, well, this is my palette knife, it's not. Okay, and then I get really close to it and, woo! Oh, I wish you could see it better. I don't know if it comes up because it's so dark. Oh, maybe a little more. Oh, it's so cute! It's so cute! I love it. It's perfect. It's so witchy. And like so classy. Oh my goodness, so cute. Oh, it really doesn't do it justice, this webcam I have. How do I make you see it? I guess I just have to take a picture later to prove how freaking adorable it is. Okay, note to self, figure out how to get, maybe a little, you know, what can you do? That's a live stream for you. Wow, look at everything around it and my slipper's still showing. Okay, so the question is, do I keep it super classy like that? Or do I think I add like a little one-eyed and maybe a purple, or does the purple blend in too much? Well, I like it. I like it. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Liking it. Oh, we gotta do one more because we can't. Okay, here, let's do this. Whoop. Whoop. There you go. Cool. Okay, and now I'm gonna do some really fun sprinkles. I just wanted, you know, odd number of monsters, and I misplaced my colors. That happens. Just moving around. That is life. Okay. Ah, so cute. Okay, so should I try to put it on the cake cam so that maybe you can see it better? Let's see. Can you see me now? No. Can you see me? And then the whole cake falls over. Oh, geez. Okay, well, sorry about that. I'll take a photo. I will take a photo. Obviously, I was going to take a photo anyways. Okay, so who cares about the outside anyways? You can't see it. Let's cut into it, and let's see all of the Halloween spirit spill out of its guts. Okay, and by that I mean let's cut it. Matt, will you hand me the hot water? Okay, so here's the trick to cutting cakes. Hot water, hot knife, towel. So I use an electric kettle, And it is hot. 1 second. Okay. Fill it all the way up with hot water. My knife. And my towel. Okay. So into the hot water. This is what gives you a nice clean cut. You can stick those straight there. And then you want to wipe it off. Okay, let's see. Well, I say that, but like, woo! I felt the candy surprise. Okay. Okay. Oh, I'm so excited! I'm so excited to see it. Okay. Okay. Huh. Oh, poor monster placement. Should I do this? That sounds good. Okay. Ooh, it's so weird to hit the sprinkle section. Ugh, it's so frozen. Okay. Luckily I work out. Okay. All right. Okay. Can I say okay a couple more times in a row? Plate. Let's see it. Time to see. Okay. It's a moment of truth. Can it come off the cake board? Or is it too frozen? Okay. We got this. We got this. Is my knife too sharp? Did it go through the cake board? Okay. Ah! Woo! Oh my god, it looks so good! Okay. Wait, let me just put the switch to cake cam. I did go under the, I'm just gonna jostle it a little. Whoa! Yay! And you see all the eyes? Ah, it's so cute! And then I have my cake. Like, I'm just gonna do this. Oh my god, it looks amazing! Yay! Okay. Guys, that's it. That's the Halloween surprise cake. Thank you so much for coming and joining me for my first live stream back. I'm so excited. And like, subscribe, follow me, do all that stuff. Let me know what you like to see. Let me know what you don't like to see. The good, the bad, the ugly, you got it, whatever. Okay, let's wrap it up and go. All right, happy Halloween, guys.
Take a bite.
Oh, okay, I guess that's a good idea. It's like it's really frozen, that's the only thing. And now my face is gonna, my whole mouth is gonna be black. That's so good. Man, bye guys! My hands are so black.